2 days later, as LMQ is still celebrating their promotion into the North American LCS, their owner back home in China, Lan Mei Qi, breaks down on stream for the international community to hear. She reveals the horrifying details about her quality of life while owner of LMQ and Royal Club. She breaks the news that her husband and original owner of both these sports clubs, Tianxi, had gone missing. Tianxi had told her he was going away but never said why. It turns out that he had been cheating on her. The worst part? Lan Mei Qi is expecting. A baby is on the way. Tianxi never returned home for her or for the incoming baby. During his sudden absence, Lan Mei Qi had to take control over both clubs. During the 2014 LPL spring split, Royal Club performance had begun to deteriorate, and Lan Mei Qi was the community's scapegoat. However, that wasn't the biggest bombshell. Lan Mei Qi revealed that the organization was in a deep financial crisis, and that she has to sell all properties, including Royal Club and LMQ. First, this explains why Uzi, the AD carry for Royal Club at the time, wasn't able to be brought over like the LMQ staff has mentioned before. In the beginning of LMQ's transition into North America, Uzi was promised to join LMQ if they qualified for the NALCS. However, with this financial situation, the team wasn't able to guarantee his position. iBuyPower sponsorship money did not help the situation at all. Second, Lan Mei Qi revealed that the payments pertaining to LMQ were for house rent only. No other team expenditure was covered by the company. So that leaves a significant question. Who paid for all the food, the haircuts, the bills, and everything else? One person put the whole burden on herself. Enter Sharon Lee. You might have seen her as the translator everyone on Reddit hated, but Sharon Lee engulfed a significant amount of responsibility for the team during this period. She went out of her way as a team manager to keep the team afloat as they tried to qualify for the LCS, using her own personal finances when no money was given to the team. She went above and beyond her role and became a mother figure to the whole team. Every single game, she is present in the background and made sure all the players wrapped up their gaming equipment and exited the stage. She will be a significant figure to LMQ later on. Sharon Lee reassured everyone that LMQ wasn't going anywhere from this internal crisis. She confirmed on Twitter that since LMQ qualified, their spot will be safe and they are now independent from Royal Club. Despite this reassurance, this wouldn't be the last time any internal strife from LMQ reaches the public. With LMQ's dominating performance in the challenger scene, all of North America wanted to see where the team would end up in the standings. LMQ's first impressions would come against Evil Geniuses, Counterlogic Gaming, Complexity, and Team Curse. The majority of the LCS teams knew that they needed to adjust their playstyle specifically to accommodate LMQ's ruthless early game aggression. In LMQ's debut game against Evil Geniuses, EG used strategic patience to obtain a gold lead. Knowing that LMQ would be even more aggressive after they obtained first blood, Snoopy and Crepo waited for No Name to enter their jungle and then went for the kill.
Being able to push off two always feels pretty good.
Well, this
Snoopy
is a nice bait.
waiting for him. Actually, No Name is there, and he goes in. He should be dead on this one to safeguard. He flashes out of that one, tries to throw down the Iron Will, but he does not have enough room to get shots in. This is going to be EG closing down on LMQ, trying to bite off a little too much.
Once Evil Geniuses got the gold lead from the 2 kills in Dragon, they became very aggressive. Evil Geniuses started skirmishing around the map and, well, that didn't go well.
Xiao with that Deathfire grasp. He knows that the intervention is going to be there, but the silence is on! Can they finish this one? It's only going to be another shot. Oh, the Q doesn't activate it! He was not leveling his Q throughout the game.
Pobelter's a little bit struggling because of the kills from the block that have been putting down on him, and there's the, oh my word!
Oh, from the outside, Ackerman comes in, Crepo gets chewed up right away. Inox doing what he can, thinks he can get into Xiao. They throw the intervention out perfectly onto him, but are they trading enough damage back? Yes, they are. Inox very close to going down, no ignite on him, and he's able to get away. Sonic Wave just missing as they take down Yellow Pete on the backside of that fight. Snoopy back and forth. Xiao does not go down to the Acathian. Surprise, gets himself to safety. Snoopy goes down after he was trying to get to Xiao, and they put it perfectly. Yes, they have the team fight capability.
Evil Geniuses lost because they gave LMQ advantages from these failed skirmishes. Evil Geniuses attempted to match LMQ's aggressiveness, but didn't have the mechanics to win out these fights. On a side note, this was Yellow Pete's last game in his LCS career, so he picked his renowned Kog'Maw. It pleased the audience and fans, but didn't necessarily work in the team composition as LMQ easily dove him. In the next match against Counterlogic Gaming, CLG obtained first blood with a 4-man invasion bot lane.
They're gonna leave the baby there.
Oh, 2-on-2 though. We've seen this fight before. Vasily down to half health already. That Twitch rather low. Now more taking damage. Aphromu's still fighting. And there's Sam. He flashes. He lands the stun. Exhaust. First blood double him. The Q. Another kill. CLG 2-0.
However, skirmishes between both teams went back and forth until CLG manages to screw up their lead from a Baron fight.
Do what he can. Big fight goes in gigantic. And we kick out of the pit. Beautiful play. Vasily forced away. CLG
get the
low
ball
on
ahead,
health.
though.
Oh, they've got to be careful. The knock up onto Link. Is this the play? Xiao tries to make it happen. They pick up Dexter. LMQ keeps going. Akman to the back line. Double kill Xiao. They're still going. That's going to be 3 for him. Can he solo Baron? I think not.
He cannot.
In LMQ's matchup against Complexity, Bubba Dove and Robert X. Lee was able to obtain first blood. However, they dug themselves into the same hole as EG by trying to bring aggression to LMQ. Once again, LMQ was able to mechanically outplay the other team for the victory throughout the game.
Calling isn't able to pick anybody up. Probably comes in. May have enough to zero out Vasily. He hides himself. He will live from the Ignite tick. Ackerman going in hard on the fight as he gets the teleport in. The teleport is down for Westrice and he's forced to push the top lane. They're playing inside.
Let's see how this happened here, because probably... Oh, so yeah, he wrist walks in. That's the only...
Oh.
Yep.
Against Curse, LMQ was able to get first blood and Xiao turned into a nightmare, picking Curse apart player by player.
Being pushed into the turret. It's already hard enough to farm with a LeBlanc, but
Maybe kills
my
well.
word, that is the kill coming in. As the Ethereal Train procs it out.
Oh, like that.
The shots
for instance.
just keep coming.
Eventually, it's gonna go in.
Curse was able to counter Xiao by using Voyboy's intervention, so the last teamfight would be determined by how Voyboy uses that ultimate. LMQ would eventually pull off the victory after forcing Voyboy's intervention.
Slowly, look at, they can take the front of the base. Not even really worried about it. Going for Voyboy, they
Like
still
that.
kick him back. He gets taken out immediately. Moore's gonna be the bait, the one in the middle. The Zanyas gets hit with a Tivers. And nothing happens there. Cop running for home. Dominate as well, looking for solace on the fountain, but it's not gonna happen. And that's gonna be the inhibitor. LMQ, a strong 46-minute game. Took a little bit longer than they wanted, but will go 4-0 on Super Week.
LMQ's 4-0 record in Super Week conveyed how superior the team was in both mechanics and team decision-making. Their laners were dominant alone, and their decision-making was on point whenever they were behind in the gold lead. The community began making comparisons between LMQ and Cloud9 when they entered into the LCS during the 2013 summer split and 5-0'd their competition. On a side note, this was a really good week for anyone that had LMQ in their fantasy LCS. Xiao had more points than any other LCS pro at the time, and LMQ as a whole performed very well in fantasy. Everyone knew LMQ was a significant threat in the summer split. However, in week 2, teams found their weaknesses and took full advantage of it. Team Dignitas came into their match against LMQ with a different plan, obtained vision superiority and shut down No Name. Dignitas caught No Name by surprise to claim first blood.
Gonna be able to hold this bush. Oh my god, No Name! How about no HP? That was instant. 2 minutes in, first blood, and a red buff for Crows.
Afterwards, the team and specifically Crumbs focused on ward control. This control ended up giving Crumbs great information and caused him to obtain more kills and successful ganks.
There's the flash, the cocoon, he flashes in though to make sure the Q would follow up. They're able to repel a turret shot into Zion Spartan. Huge and great roam.
Jad noted that one of LMQ's weaknesses is that they are not a team that heavily relies on vision control, but rather individual mechanics to win lanes. Team Dignitas and Crumbs, on the other hand, relies off vision control to obtain early game advantages. Crumbs puts down more wards during Super Week than all of LMQ combined. Dignitas had full control of the game and forced LMQ to play cautious, something they haven't done in the LCS yet. While behind, LMQ still attempts aggression, but Dignitas is too far ahead and overpowers the team. The game ends with Dignitas 13,000 gold ahead of LMQ, and LMQ given their first loss of the split. In the highly anticipated matchup of LMQ versus Cloud9, both teams traded kills and kept the gold lead relatively even. The game went into the 40 and 50 minute range, which isn't normal for LMQ games. At the 40-minute mark, the goal lead was tied. It went down to 2 late game teamfights that gave Cloud9 the victory.
When the higher health bar needs to be taking damage.
Get one.
Very nice job. That's going to be big. Moore tries to offer up the true damage from his passive. High goes in. He is full HP. Xiao from the backside gets on balls, and he could be taking him down. There's the 1-2 from him and No Name. They are now following C9 from the backside. They were just on the front side. What is happening in this fight? High turns it around. He's going to go for the triple. Woo! Triple kill for High. 13-14, 44 minutes in, and Meteos is saving the base. And LMQ knows it. They know they can't even contest the outright fight. That's a very nice Nami ultimate, but is it followed up? Because there is the disengage from the Stranglethorn. Meteos getting hit up. Good HP bars on both sides. Still looks like a strong fight. Ackerman, he is going for broke on this one. Ball's getting very hurt. Vasily's low. Wait a minute. It's going to be High coming in. He's going to get the rock down to the Guardian Angel of Vasily. Meteos on the back line. A few more shots for him can solidify a kill, and kill secured. Double kill for High. He's going big again. Shots coming in from Sneaky onto No Name, and Cloud9 may have just turned this one around.
This was a game of 2 equal giants constantly trading blows until the very end, where Cloud9 became victorious. No weakness was shown on either team, and both teams respected each other's early game aggression. After seeing LMQ being mortal in Week 2, losing all games, many people were curious if the team was going to change anything about their playstyle and become more conservative. But this wasn't the case at all. LMQ went back to having decisive victories against TSM and Complexity. LMQ started to assimilate new pieces into their strategic puzzle, such as prioritizing vision control. Against TSM, No Name took complete control of red side bottom jungle in order to secure 5 dragons in a row. Also, LMQ put Ackerman in a carry position using Kale as a top laner. LMQ showed signs of mixing it up and trying different strats that doesn't solely rely on early game aggression. In an interview with Xiao, he expressed that the team can comfortably know they can win during Champ Select.
我说我们每个人都发挥得很好，然后加上一些团队的执行力上面，然后加上 BP， 然后加上阵容一些打法上面，使我们取得这场胜利。
So all of us did pretty well, and during the BP stage, we picked up like all the champions that we need. So that's basically guaranteed our win.
For the rest of the season, games with LMQ always had these similar stories. Whether the opposing team will match aggression or attempt to catch LMQ off guard. Throughout the season, there were many epic moments revolving around LMQ games. For example, LMQ won against Evil Geniuses via a base race.
Q going a little hard and back to their ways of diving
Inox
turrets.
could end the game on his own if EG can just stop the backs. This is ridiculous.
Inox going towards the turrets. He has minions right next to him. It's going to be a base race down. Inox going for the base. It's going to be a base race on both sides. LMQ versus Evil Geniuses. Inox all by himself. Turret for turret. He flashes for the second. LMQ's doing what they can. Does he
double back into Vegas.
Why did he stop? He stops. They cannot be stopped on that side. And it is going to be LMQ with 2 members still. Just grabbing their heads as they win the game. EG doesn't even know what happened.
Whenever LMQ faced off against CLG, Hotshot GG would stream and offer his commentary, and some of it is quite hilarious.
That was a good Zanya's fight. Oh! That rocket! That rocket was the fucking best. Get shit on. Oh yes, that fucking rocket.
Fantastic pink war control.
If they lose this Baron by like 2 HP, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Teleport, he's gonna come in. Is it gonna go down in favor of Team Solo Mid? Oh my god, it's stolen by No Name! They get the Baron! They shut down Double Lift! LMQ completely wipes out Counter Logic Gaming! Link does what he can in a valiant attempt to stay alive, but they ACLG and grab Baron with the steal!
And that was just a big disaster there for CLG.
Seraph cannot win this.
Oh my word. Oh my word, no way! What a play! Ackerman just completely outplays Seraph!
Something incredible to see throughout the season was the progression of Xiao and Vasily's English. By mid-season, they were able to answer questions on stage.
To Xiao, what was it like playing against Bjergsen?
Yes, Bjergsen is a very strong mid laner. I think he's the best mid laner in NA.
Oh,
Okay.
Thank you very much. Yet you did very well.
And is there a particular reason you like fighting double lift?
I think because CRG and double left and Alpha Mo is very strong player. I think they are really good.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
This conveys how respectful LMQ was to North America, as in they went out of their way to stream in English, speak English in interview settings, and embrace the Western culture in general. Back in week 1, LMQ wanted to win games at Worlds for North America.
What place will LMQ be? 1, 2, 3, 4, bottom, 5, 6, 7, 8?
I think 1, 2, 3, 4.
Top.
I want to be number 1.
Number 1, okay. So knock Cloud9 down?
Yeah. I want that. Yeah.
LMQ to Worlds?
Yeah, I want to take a world champion for USA.
Yes. USA. Yeah, okay.
LMQ was a team of ruthless aggression. Their laners were mechanically superior than the rest of the talent pool at the time. They forced a lot of teams into uncomfortable playstyles and strategies. LMQ definitely upped the North American scene by bringing strategies and gameplay most were not yet familiar with. While remaining first place throughout the majority of the split, LMQ had established absolute momentum coming into the later half of the season. They would enter week 10 with a 6-game winning streak. However, on the 25th of July, the LMQ brand was in jeopardy. Announced on Facebook was the firing of Sharon Lee. The public statement dumbfounded the entire community, but worst of all, it stunned even Sharon, who reported that she didn't even know she was fired until it was on Reddit. After the announcement of Sharon Lee being fired from the organization, the team would go through 5 days of hell like no other team has experienced before. The future of LMQ was grim and shrouded in mystery.